All right, so Walmart 150, AR Walmart 150 here. In there, I'll let it slide out the beginning. It's nice to see a CEO turn the crank at the scanner because it's a quantum operation, right? You have the terminal at the barcode, which we understand to be a quantum operation. I could probably even teach that to somebody to get them into the science of a degree from the fulfillment center of the union boss conversation we're having here about collapse over differentials of ideas that physics a complete model of what they are this object in the thing on the thing, whether it's Elon or me working at Walmart. Beyond that, there would be a physical timeline that you could do CNC where you can track it old school SCP. In there, though, I seen a drop in the index on, I think it was the day ticker for it. That was a pretty big thing. I wanted somebody who does the operation in the thing, doing stock brokerage, CEO, round table, it's round area, pi r, black hole stuff, 8 to the pi, whatever. To that percentage of Bill Gates, he has a wide margin of what Elon or what Walmart's going to say. I often use it as a wide margin on my W boson function because it applies an alternate version of what we use as a standard model. The M1, M2 differential from Higgs in scientific models using theory A or an N function that collapses both of those inside of that could have been the differential between W boson coin because it's an index like Bitcoin as a differential, A over or derivative over derivative T, and change out the coefficient, pack on some general relativity because you actually teach general relativity in the place where you can get away with changing those symbols, and people are like, all right, do that on the index because it'll get it back up faster than just letting any other company. So there's a difference between a Walmart CEO operator at that phase and relative to any other company where we could just pose it as a theoretical index and talk about it as a system and watch that percentage change a little bit just by occupying the time away from it of theoreticals that would force the hand to do a thing, because we'll get into some nature about some GameStop stock here in a minute on the GameStop for Wall Street bets on a few names you got to know with that one in terms of what it is, but the relationship of those indexes work like a place to go grab from the thing. I use Walmart. You get the stock from that, and you would say area under topology is, well, Binghamton has a Walmart. Holmesdale has a Walmart. I'm pretty sure Delhi does. I'm pretty sure Sydney does or did. Had a Walmart in that area, and again, those are all 45-minute differentials. But what I could get if I double down n 1/2 to what I'm doing in that direction, it makes a correlable difference on what Walmart I'm going to go to, or where that W boson is and how it acts in a different topology, because that would be all of that function from why military base in here isn't described as a military base. We go get them from XCOP, or a situation where the fastest index to segue the product on the market in a form that's valuable to me would be to index on that variable, because then I would see in the same ticker my time moving something most efficiently for the choice that I've made, or trying to integrate the information all into one hub so I can do multiple things later with it, including this on a trajectory. And that should indicate why whenever this situation happens, there's somebody here that is responsible for the answer and explaining what to do next in the steps and series of mechanics. Whether it be time or COVID or one of the adjusted systems, there's a reason that Walmart, other than the institutional buy gap that could have come from a hedge thing on Elon's numbers for Union Boss, on Colony Collapse, a Bill Gates portfolio, the full index against the CEO president's portfolio against the overall actions that could be compared to, say, have an effect. But if multiple tests under that series prime are shared by that calculation, this times this always equals this. And in the cases where at the standard model 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 17, 19, pretty serious to say along the operations of two things went wrong here to a prime step about what those maths are supposed to teach you. in what is Optimus or Alpha inside of this situation, and how the best numbers resonate to the sound of the sun that day that actually correlates heat indexes on direct systems a little differently if necessary in that field of this topology on that terminal for the people in this room.